I have long been a opponent of zero tolerance policies. I've hated them since I was a little kid.
Yeah. It is yet another of the evils brought to us by our nation's attorneys.
Very popular in schools, especially since Columbine. They became even more popular.
Yeah. Combine a lack of imagination with a lack of wisdom and a desire for regimentation, and you've got your average school administrator. Average. There's certainly good ones. But this one, I think, may have crossed some sort of fine line. I think this one's going to explode. And there are a couple of reasons for it. Number one, it's as patently stupid as anyone you've ever heard in your life, and it's got Jesus in it.
And during the Christmas season.
Taunton, Massachusetts. I'll just quote the story here. It's from the local paper. Taunton father is outraged after his 8-year-old son was sent home from school and required to undergo a psychological evaluation after drawing a stick figure picture of Jesus on the cross.
How old is the kid?
8.
And he has to get a psychological evaluation?
Because he drew Jesus. The father said he got a call earlier this month from the Maxim Elementary School informing him that his son, a second-grade student, had created a violent drawing. The image in question depicted a crucified Jesus, with X's covering his eyes to signify that he had died on the cross. The boy wrote his name above the cross. Now, if they were doing a math assignment and the kid was drawing a picture of the dead Jesus on a cross, I'd say you might ask the question, Jimmy, it's a nice drawing. Why aren't you doing your math? Why are you drawing pictures of Jesus on the cross? I mean, it's conceivable you would ask a question.
Although if you're artistic, it is one of the most painted, drawn pictures in the history of drawing and painting.
It might be the most. Next to bowls of fruit.
I think
I keep my fruit in the refrigerator.
I think Madonna and Baby is the most. But Jesus would be right up there.
Yeah.
No, the baby was Jesus.
But anyway,
I mean grown-up Jesus. 33-year-old Jesus.
Who are we praying to? Baby Jesus or grown-up Jesus? Right. All right, sorry. An obscure reference, yet hilarious. But indeed, they weren't doing math. He was asked by the teacher, all the kids were, to sketch something that reminded them of Christmas.
What?
And he and his family had just gotten back from a trip to see the Christmas display at the National Shrine of Our Lady of La Salette, a Christian retreat site in Attleboro, Massachusetts.
I hadn't heard this, so it's art class, and they're specifically asked to draw something Christmas-related.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Right.
And he goes with Jesus on the cross and has to get a psychological evaluation. Holy crap. That's unbelievable.
The father needs to hire somebody to speak for him because his comment was, as far as I'm concerned, they're violating his religion.
Okay, so...
but you know what? Just because the gent is not really well acquainted with constitutional talk, I shouldn't even have brought it.
He's not glib.
He's not glib. He's just a good, honest working man. Said Tony Saunders, an educational consultant with the Associated Advocacy Center, quote, I think what happened is that because he put X's in the eyes of Jesus, the teacher was alarmed and told the parents they thought it was violent. Are you familiar with the story of Jesus on the cross? It doesn't end well, at least that day.
Did you see the Passion of the Christ?
Do you know what happens to people who are crucified? The survival rate is nobody.
It's rough.
It's a method of execution. Jeez. The name of the very person on the cross is forming in my mouth. I'll say it again because I know and love so many teachers. There's so many good ones, so many good, honest, delightful people who've dedicated their lives to it, including my sister, who is, your child would be blessed to get my sister as a teacher. There are so many freaking stupid teachers in the world, and stupid principals, and stupider vice principals in the world. It may be the highest per capita percentage of stupid of any vocation known to man.
True that.
True that. I think what happened is because he put X's in the eyes of Jesus, the teacher was alarmed and they told the parents they thought it was violent.
So Scott said it's blowing up on our Facebook page.
They made him leave school. They recommended a psychiatrist did an evaluation. The school, in fact, required an evaluation before the boy could return to school.
Oh, my God. Oh, that you could afford to, if you're that guy, get your kid into a different school or private school or something. Say, look, you people are morons, and I want my kid to have a chance in the world, so I'm going to keep my kid away from your moronic institution. Have a good day. But it doesn't work that way for most people. You got the school you got.
Let me go on and quote the superintendent. Generally speaking, because I can't discuss this specifically, we have safety protocols in place. If a situation warrants it, we ask for outside of safety evaluations. If we have particular concerns about a child's safety, we followed all the protocols in our system.
Wow.
Does that not sum it up beautifully?
Your calls and some of the examples on our Facebook page of people who've dealt with this sort of thing, or maybe just want to comment on the specific case, 1-866-331-TALK, 1-866-331-TALK.
By the by, this kid, never any tendency or threat of violence. He's never had any incident involving any sort of violence.
Wow. Wow. That is really amazing.
Is this a story about morons, or is it more than that? I'm not sure yet.
It might just be a story about one or two really stupid people. Of course, a lot of it has to do with fear of being sued. So that's a bigger problem. Because if you turned out to be wrong and you knew about it.
That what? This kid's going to come back with an AK and some pipe bombs? Or maybe a couple of big pieces of lumber, a hammer, and some nails, and try to crucify some classmates? What are we concerned about? What are we afraid he's going to do?
Our phone number is 1-866-331-TALK, 1-866-331-TALK. You're listening to the Armstrong and Getty Show. This is the Armstrong and Getty Show.
Oh, is this Depeche Mode's Personal Jesus?
Personal Jesus, yes.
I like it. Nice job.
Your kid draws a picture of Jesus in art class.
When asked to draw something that reminds him of Christmas, and he gets expelled. Not expelled, but ordered home pending a psychological evaluation because Jesus has X's for eyes and appears to be dead on the cross, which, I don't want to get into theology here, but is pretty much what happened. Yes. But the genius administrator and the teachers involved say, we have protocols that we follow. No wonder China's eclipsing us. No wonder. Can you, literally, no. This is not a bitter old guy ranting. How unimaginable is this handling of this situation looking back, say, 30 years?
Right.
Not 300 years. Not to the days of the Salem witch trials. Not even 200 years when... the country was being founded, or the Civil War, just a while back.
One generation. Facebook is blowing up on the Armstrong and Getty page. What do we have, Scott?
We have two highlights on this conversation on Facebook right now. One person saying that their son was suspended in kindergarten for having a 1/4-inch long G.I. Joe gun that he brought to school.
Because it's a weapon.
Holy blank.
Another one says her 8-year-old son was suspended for kissing a girl on the hand in the 5th grade.
Suspended from school. Obviously, that was under the category of rape.
It's a sexual assault, certainly. It's also PDA. It's unwarranted sexual contact in violation of the amendment. Can we just go ahead and say it? Baby boomers have ruined America. You got your greatest generation, lived through the Depression,
gave birth to the most annoying
Nazis, and accidentally. So yeah, it's really the greatest generation that is to blame. My parents are coming for Christmas. I'm going to mention this to them specifically. Baby boomers have ruined America, turned it into a lawyered up nanny state of would-be socialist sheep.
Are you happy?
Yes. Guilty. Guilty is charged. The jury is back after 5 seconds contemplation. All right, to the phone.
A G.I. Joe gun?
You are dry shaving me. A 1/4-inch long G.I. Joe gun. All right. You know what?
I wonder if that was shortly after Columbine, when people were extra sensitive to that sort of thing.
I don't care if it was shortly after Hiroshima. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
The country is going straight into the dumper.